Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. No glasses today, so that's it. Oh, new aka Harsh Critic. You know what I'm saying? New aka,
Oh,
because people been calling me Harsh Critic a lot, and I feel like let's
really?
just let's just do it. I'm okay with it because I'm a hater. So
But
hater, harsh critic, I'm cool with all that, and I'm
is that
gonna be
what
harsh
people
today.
are? Is that what the streets are calling you?
Yes, yes, to my face and behind my back. So yeah, harsh critic. hmm But it's okay because I'm gonna be harsh today. So let me just lean in.
Do we need to boss up on somebody? Like, do I need to step in?
No, I'm
What's
a harsh critic.
what's
That's it.
going on here? A
I'm
harsh
okay
critic
with being a
about?
harsh
Well,
critic.
okay, but what were you a harsh critic about?
Music, film. I mean, I'm a harsh critic. Cause cats be thinking shit is a 10, and I'm like, it's not a 10. Like, and in today's not era, you either love it or hate it. That's how the internet treats everything, right?
I hate
So
that so much.
so you a harsh critic. And
I
listen,
hate that so
then
much because it's
then
like I
listen,
could
I
just
will I
not
will
like
wear it with
something that you
pride.
like. Whatever happened to us being able to, I like something, but you don't like it, that's fine. We don't have to like everything
But
that
it's not even
everybody else
today, it's not even
likes.
about not liking it. Today it's like you gotta love it or they say you hate it. And it's
Right,
like
but
there's mad phases in between love and hate.
that's
Like,
what I mean. Like, just to expound, yeah, like you could say, okay, so this film was cool, but I didn't like this, and that about it. Which art is meant to be critiqued. Just so we're clear for anybody who's confused. Art is meant to be critiqued. They don't make movies and show it to us because they think we're not gonna have an opinion about it. They make movies and show it to us because they think we will. It's just that sometimes we have positive opinions about it and sometimes we have negative opinions about it. Sometimes it's mixed and sometimes everybody agrees. That is just a fact of life. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like something. There's always going to be two people who don't agree on something. That's normal. Opinions are normal. Is when we start confusing opinions with facts, then it becomes a problem. And facts are facts. Like, things that are facts about films are how much money it grossed in the box office, who is in the movie, what was the plot line. Those are things we can't disagree about because they're facts. But like, did you like the lighting, or did you think that it was a good plot versus what the plot was, right? That's an opinion. Did you like the actors they chose? Did the cast actually carry out the vision well? Do you agree? Do you believe that? Do you just think that overall it was entertaining? These are all opinions. What do you rate the film? We all have a different rating. It's because it's an opinion.
right.
And honestly, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. We could just agree to disagree. We could just,
Yeah.
maybe some things we'll find in common, maybe some things we won't. It's really frustrating, and I guess it's kind of challenging too for us being podcasters and talking about entertainment. We come on here a lot and we give our opinions, and honestly, not knowing what people will think of our opinions, right? But we often get called haters. We often get called dumb. We often get called harsh. Or, oh, my favorite one actually that you didn't mention about you is they love to say you rage bait. They think just because you disagree with them that you're rage baiting, which is like, do you even know what rage baiting means?
They don't. And the reason they don't is because it's very rare that I come up here and say something is absolute garbage. And if I wanted to rage bait, I would say that all the time about stuff I didn't like.
It's kind of frustrating. I know this is not what you meant to happen when you said what you said. I know you were trying to keep it light, but it's so interesting to me that we're constantly fielding other people's opinions of our opinions. It's mind blowing to me because it's like the very thing that you're saying I'm doing is exactly what you're doing and what we should be doing about music, books, TV, art in a gallery or a museum. We are allowed to interpret it as as we see fit, and we are also allowed to have opinions about it. And we are allowed to have different opinions. Me and you don't always have the same opinion on something, which I think makes
We
this
actually
podcast
usually don't.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We might agree a little bit today. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, first introduce yourself because you never really got a chance to.
I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka Tired of You Niggas, aka aka it's funny because I was just having a conversation about this same stuff over the weekend. So but aka cool grandma, but not really. And aka, when's my nap coming?
Tell me about it. Tell me
Anyway,
about it.
we gotta get
I went
oh,
to see Fantastic Four at my bedtime,
oof.
so I feel you on nap time. But let's dive right in. I've got my Fantastic Four blue on today.
You
You
do. Did
know,
you wear that for the movie?
this is exactly what I wore to the movies. I
Okay.
purposely did not change when I got home. I've been waiting to pod. As soon as I pod, I will put on the darkest of black that I can find.
I feel like I should have dressed for the occasion.
It's fine. Well, for those who don't know, Fantastic Four has been out over a week now. And because it came out July 25th? Yeah. And today, when we're recording this, is August 4th. So no, wait, not a week, a couple of days, right? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yo, it's been out more than a week.
A week and a
So
half.
in case you didn't see it, spoiler alert, spoiler alert,
Yeah,
spoiler alert.
we're not
There will
sparing
be
any details
spoilers
today.
in this review that
Absolutely.
we are about to give. I'm going to say it one more time. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We are giving spoilers in this review.
It
If
is
you don't
actually
want to
very
see this, you could just skip today's episode. It's probably going to be most of the episode.
right.
So see you tomorrow.
Right. It's actually very difficult to talk about this movie without spoiling things.
I'm spoiling. Even if you choose not to, I'm spoiling.
Oh
So
no,
we could go.
I'm the spoiler queen. I don't care.
So what did you think of the film?
I thought it was cool.
Okay.
I have not been able to say that I think it's great or good, nor have I been able to say that it's bad. I don't think it's a bad film. I think it was cool. I think that the story was told. I think the story they wanted to tell, and truly, I'm not a comic person. I don't really know what story they wanted to tell, but I feel like they conveyed what they were doing. My understanding, especially with the title and everything that happened, it's called First Steps. So I feel like they gave us an introduction to who the Fantastic Four are, what happened to them, how they got where they are now, and where they seem to be going. So that happened. Now, again, I am not I am not into the comics, and I don't I've seen Fantastic Four in the past, whatever iterations existed prior to now.
You saw the Michael B. Jordan one?
I think
That's
so.
a no. It's okay. You didn't need
Because
to watch it. It was trash.
when was that?
A couple years ago. They
I
only
might
made that film because they were gonna lose the contract if they didn't. It was
I
when
might
Fox still owned it before Disney bought Fox.
I might have seen it, but don't recall that Michael B. Jordan was in it. That's why I'm asking. That's why I was like, when was that? I'm not sure. I would have to look back and see. But yeah, so I've seen previous iterations. I've seen what was around when we were kids. I but I didn't have
Sorry. My
I,
cousins are outside.
it's okay. I didn't have any strong expectations about what they were going to do or what they were going to say. I did see the commercial where they showed what critics said, and one of the critics, I don't remember who it was, said it was the best superhero movie of the 21st century, or in the last 20 years is what they said. So since 2005, it is the best superhero movie. I don't agree with that statement. I don't know who
Yeah,
said that.
that person, whoever said that, no disrespect. No disrespect, but they're on drugs.
So I don't know. I thought it was cool. Like I wasn't mad at it. I didn't walk away like, what did I just watch? I knew what I watched. I felt like it was. Y'all know I love women, and y'all know that I'm very much a pro women. Something about the storyline felt like they were trying to force that storyline upon us with her being pregnant and like having to be like this very important person, and I feel like it felt like there was an agenda being pushed.
That's funny because I feel the total opposite.
I
I
felt
feel like
that.
the women in this movie were super emotional and not strong, fierce women that they could have been. Yeah, Stu Storm has powers, Silver
Mhm.
Surfer has powers, but they were throwing tantrums and leaving. They were storming out with their powers. They didn't slam doors like a normal person would, but Sue Storm was like, I know, poof, and disappeared. Which when did she get the ability to disappear, like vanish, like poof, teleportation? I don't know. And maybe I'm ODing because I saw it on the big ass 70 millimeter IMAX screen. Maybe I was a little too into it, and she didn't poof teleport somewhere. But that's the way it looked to me. And maybe that's wrong. She just vanished, but still a tantrum nonetheless. And then Silver Surfer, when he played her all of the languages, which we're gonna get back to, when he played her all of the languages, she was like, and left. And I was like, what are these women? Why are these women like balls of emotion? I figured the excuse is gonna be that Sue Storm was pregnant and then, postpartum, whatever. But like,
Even that I don't like, and that's so it's full circle for me. It's not just she's strong and blah blah blah. I also feel I agree with you though, but that they I almost don't know. By the end of the film, I was wondering where the writers stood on women. It's like I wasn't sure
I was wondering so many other things, but okay.
because I just felt like it was like a war between her being really strong and being able to do this amazing thing,
Hmm.
and then it was also she's worried about the nursery, and I get that it's a story, right? They have to build story around the thing. I just didn't. I don't know. Something about that being the baseline of the story for me, I didn't care for.
Okay.
I didn't. I also my other big thing, and please jump in. Like, let's have a conversation. But my biggest problem with the movie. Well, okay. Before I say what
Galactus.
no, but first of all, before we get to the biggest problem of the movie, how did you like? Let's just top of the line. You don't have to give me your full review, but since I told you baseline how I'm feeling about it, what was your thought? What was your initial overall reaction of the movie?
It was cool. It was not great, but it was not terrible. Um, I'm fed up with Marvel. I'm tired of Marvel
Mhm.
lying to us. They keep telling us, "Well, this movie's gonna do this," and then you get excited and you go see the movie, and it doesn't do any of the shit they said it was gonna do.
Yeah,
Where the fuck was Doctor Doom? We saw him all the way at the end for we didn't even technically see Doctor Doom.
no, we didn't see
We
him.
saw a person in a hood. That's number
Right.
one. Number two, we don't know, was this Doctor Doom from their universe? Was this Doctor Doom from another universe? And more important than that, to me, what the fuck just happened? In Thunderbolts, they were on the 616 universe. This has zero mention of them being anywhere near there. Yeah, they teleported eggs. Okay. They teleported Galactus.
They
They
teleport.
teleported Galactus.
That
Quote,
teleporting
quote,
Galactus was ridiculous to me, but
we'll get there.
because
But they teleported
okay,
Galactus, not to the 616, which would have made sense. Because then I say, oh, okay, that was gangster. And maybe that's why they ended up following him for some reason. We're going to find out. No, no, no. They teleported Galactus to the far end of the universe, whatever the fuck that means. It does not mean another universe, though. So why the fuck are we seeing them in Thunderbolts at the end? No clue why. This was supposed to explain that. It did not. This was supposed to explain the introduce Doctor Doom. It did not.
It did not.
So like, what are we doing? And just to be a dick now on purpose, it's called First Steps, and we did not watch him take his first steps.
Okay, all right. We got
Just to be a dick now.
because we got to get to the baby, because my biggest gripe with the movie is the baby. Now, and I know people gonna say I don't like babies or something. That's not true. I love babies. I think they're adorable. Here's the thing. Okay, I was gonna say one thing. Oh, about Galactus disappearing. So that just wasn't believable to me. I just feel like he went away too easily, and she got rid of him too easily. And I do feel like Marvel's been doing that the last few films. I did not see Thunderbolts, so I can't speak on that. But the last few films that I've seen,
It's bad in Thunderbolts.
but the last few films that I've seen, I feel like Marvel gets to the end and they're like, we'll just. It's
It's
like
good
they get
enough.
tired in the middle of the
It's
film,
good
and
enough.
then it kind of just diverts into a direction that I'm just not clear on why we went there, because okay, a couple of things. Okay, let me go back to the baby, and then I'll come back. The baby. I don't know what was supposed to happen. Again, I don't even remember the Fantastic Four movies I've seen in the past. Here's the thing, though. What really frustrated me, and maybe you guys, you guys who are a lot more versed on this stuff will feel differently, and maybe you feel differently. I don't like that once they discovered that the baby had powers, because they thought that the baby didn't in the beginning. Then they
Right.
see Galactus, and Galactus lets them know, nah, your baby got that thunder. No pun intended.
Mad powers.
Right.
And in
I
fact, let me make you have this baby right now.
right. So much so that pregnancy is induced.
Right.
And then at the end, fast forward to the end, I'm to understand that the baby had the powers, and that is why she lived. Susan Storm lived.
Now he brought her back from the
He
dead.
brought her back to life.
Let's be clear. It's not that she lived,
Because
because
she
she
died.
died.
She
She
died,
was
and he brought
dead.
her back to life.
And the baby brought mom back to life. Yes.
My frustration with this is not even that he brought her back to life. My frustration is that you had an entire movie to give me some sort of hints or clues to what this baby's power was. And you took no opportunity to show us anything. There was no point in the film where I thought, yeah, that's a magical baby. And I feel like we should have thought that. Like, even if we didn't know the extent to the baby's powers, we still don't know the extent to the baby's powers after the film is over. But even if we don't know the extent to the baby's powers, if the baby is that powerful, you're telling me at no point this baby used its powers until it was time to, mommy. I just don't believe it. I just didn't believe that.
Well, they told you, but they didn't show you, because Galactus said that baby is so powerful that he is going to take my seat on this throne. And then
Devouring
later,
the planet.
well, no,
Your baby.
he's saying the baby won't have to devour planets, and neither will he. That's how powerful the baby is. And then later they remind us when they say he wants the baby to be his successor. So they're telling you how powerful,
The
but
baby
they're
is.
not
They're
showing
not
you how
showing
powerful.
you. And hey Marvel, hey Disney, hey Marvel, hey everybody, Kevin Feige.
Got to talk about Kevin Feige.
It's a movie. Show me things. It's a movie. It's a visual picture of the story. Show me things. Show me what the baby can do. I don't even need to see all of the baby's powers. I don't need to see how deep the powers run. We can build up to that over time. But you could have showed me something. Waiting till the end of the movie for him to bring his mom back to life wasn't enough for me. And honestly, I didn't even feel like anything really happened. He just went, he cooled a little
That's
bit.
it.
He put his hands on his mom and cooled a little bit, and that was it. And I just felt like you guys use all of this movie magic and have all of these tools and money at your disposal to show us things in this fantastic, pun intended, world, and all the baby did was just what babies do.
That's it.
That's it. So,
That's
and
it.
you want me to believe that's the magical baby? I don't believe it. Sorry.
A magical 4-year-old, which we'll get to.
Okay, because yeah, then the baby was older. And it was like, you know what I thought would have been cool in that end credit scene? If the end credit scene started with the baby somehow like using its powers or something like that. Why are we not seeing the baby use its powers? Why? Why? What? I don't understand. Why is the baby not using his powers? Why was that the only thing? And then is it going to be, now I'm like, is it going to be that the only time the baby can use his powers is to activate? But no, that doesn't make any sense, because if the baby is the most powerful, more powerful than Galactus, then the baby has to be able to use powers to do a lot of random crap that it probably shouldn't be doing. Kids are precocious.
The word of the day, folks.
How have you not shown us what the baby can do, just in the interest of mischief, because that's what kids do. The end credit scene was a perfect time to like redeem it and just show us something, him
But you
levitating or picking up something midair or whatever.
did you stick around for the second end credit scene by any chance?
I did.
That would have even been better than what they gave us.
Yeah. The
Um,
second one was a waste of time.
yeah, absolutely. So I really enjoyed this movie until they met Galactus.
It was pretty good till they met Galactus.
I mean, until they got to Galactus, I was excited. I was like, man, this might really be it. Marvel is doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
They gave you the origin story, but not really. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they wasted no time to get to Galactus. You saw Galactus like 10, 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
I said, man, this is great. I was super excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then we made a sharp left as soon as we met Galactus. And I was like, all right, but what's going on now? Because now, like, this is getting crazy.
They came back empty-handed.
Well, before we even, no, they came back with a baby. They did not come back empty handed.
No. You know what I mean. They came back with nothing to
Let me tell you
offer.
something. After Galactus,
Talking about, but
after
I
we
love my
saw
baby.
Galactus, after we saw Galactus, the movie only went downhill. And it made me really sad for the movie. Because I'm like, okay. No, really, because the potential for this movie was great. The first couple minutes of this movie were great. I was loving this movie. And then they
I
fooled
was into
Silver
it.
Surfer. They fooled Silver Surfer a bunch of times. And I was like, all right, why is Silver Surfer so dumb? You know, why does she keep falling for the okie doke?
She really did.
And then later,
Except for that
towards
one
the end of the
time.
movie, they made it even more of a smack in the face to all of us viewers because they told us that she's a scientist. Y'all keep fooling the scientists from the other planet?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It was such a smack in the face. I said, this is ridiculous. So that's my first thing. The second
They
thing
also
is,
wait. Oh, sorry. Because you mentioned Silver Surfer. They also tried to make it seem like Surfer was kind of in charge when they were like, "Oh,
no,
Galactus
that
picks
is
the
that is the job. That is the job. The job of the Herald, which Galactus has many heralds throughout his time. The job of the Herald is to go find planets that are ready and supple enough for Galactus to devour.
Okay.
Yeah. So she goes and she's like, "Hey, boss, I found the spot." And he's like, "All right, let's go." That's how it works. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um. Yeah.
I told y'all I'm
That
a
was
novice.
actually correct.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the job of the Herald, and the Herald changes. Um. Also, to address your point about the baby, I have never read the comic, but I know about it. Uh, Franklin Richards is one of the most powerful beings in all of Marvel. Eventually, in the comic that they copied most of this from, the same comic series they're gonna copy Doomsday and Secret Wars from, uh, he becomes Galactus. They merge, and his
Okay.
power is to be able to create new universes.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. So, that is Franklin Richards' power. Um, to answer your question, so that should tell you some of the things that will be coming soon.
I just feel like then, like, they should have started him off small with, like, I don't know. I just feel like it was a missed opportunity, and I know that Marvel movies are not supposed to be super serious or whatever, but that's kind of why I feel like there could have been, you could have used his powers in some way to like poke fun or make light in certain moments, and it would have been like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a little magical baby. And then he was just like, and I just
Yeah.
in his
Um,
little orb car seat.
that was a waste of a scene. The
Because
alarms are going off. It's an emergency, and we got.
Galactus was like, so he's over there. Okay, that's where I'm going.
Oh, I was talking about when they were trying to put the car seat in the car.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was pretty lame.
A waste of a
It
scene.
took too long.
But I will say, to give it some props, mad long. I will say, to give the movie some props before I finish tearing it down. Um, there, the beautiful part about me to this movie was it didn't drag. Something was going
No,
on every moment
it
of
didn't.
the movie, and I appreciate that because there's been a lot of movies that have been ruined just because they drag so much. And
Yeah.
so I appreciated that this movie did not drag like at all to me. Um, now something that really grinded my gears. Um, Johnny Storm is a scientist. We know that. They said it in the beginning, no problem. But they never said that he was a linguist or a genius. And that is where my frustration comes. Because Johnny Storm figuring out her language off of the one sentence was a stretch. But I was okay with that stretch, right? I said, okay, he doesn't have a 9 to 5 job, right? He's
He
gonna
had time.
spend all of his time dedicated to learning her language. I was cool with that.
Hmm.
But then when this nigga played her the audio, he said all of these different planets have been begging you. I figured out all their languages. Hold up. You figured out not only her language in like 2 months, but all the other alien planets? And the nigga said he was using Rosetta Stone? When the fuck did Rosetta Stone become the way to learn alien languages? Because this shit is dumb now. You haven't even discovered those planets yet. How could we have the language down? Yo, what the flying fuck? This nigga's a genius now? He could just figure the shit out in like 2 months.
So he's
Every
not.
language that he encountered throughout all of the universe, the nigga was just like, yeah, I got it. This one was begging you for this. This one asked you to not do that. What? No, fuck out of here.
So he wasn't
No,
a
hell
genius.
no.
So he wasn't a genius in the,
Oh, he's not a genius. There's only one genius in the group. It's
and
Reed
that's
Richards.
Mr. Okay, that's Reed Richards,
What?
which I thought, but
You're just gonna figure out mad alien languages in 2 months?
right, they make him seem like he's the flake, he's the one that no one can rely on, and he's like girl crazy. But then also he figured out this big major thing that leads them to where they need to go, and
Like,
only
what the
his
fuck are
sister
we
will listen
talking
to
about right
him.
now?
Yeah,
What?
I
No,
don't.
no, unacceptable. Unacceptable. And while we're on unacceptable, no, Sue Storm is not so powerful that she can just push Galactus. And why the fuck is Galactus holding on to a building? The nigga was holding on to a building like this. No, I can't fall. I need to hold on to the building. And then the thing goes and knocks out the columns of the building, and the building starts to fall, and Galactus falls with it. What? What type of fake 9/11 shit is this? Are we just supposed to believe that's how shit works? Come on, man. This is
I don't
ridiculous. This is
know.
like when the government told us Building 7 was part of the attacks and it fell with the other buildings. No, stop. This is ridiculous. This is just pure bullshit now.
Yeah, I don't.
And yes, I saw that she was gonna die. They made it very clear she's gonna
Oh yeah,
die.
there
And
was
the
a lot of
moment they made
foreshadowing
that
for that.
clear, and the moment they made it clear, I said the baby's gonna bring her back to life, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna want
I
to
knew it.
walk
Yeah,
out this theater.
I said the same thing. I was like,
And the baby brought her
she's
back to
not
life.
gonna just continue to be dead. This is. I was like, okay, they haven't shown us the baby doing anything interesting yet. This has got to be the one. This has got to be the thing. And yes, as soon as he, Reed puts the baby on her, I'm like, oh, all right, yep,
Which
just
which
as
which I would
expected.
like to ask, what is the CPS number for the 838 universe? Because why would you put a baby on their dead mother?
Um,
You
people,
just you just place
okay.
the baby on top of the dead mother?
Yeah, that was a weird thing to do. However, also weird because they are human. So the fact that he tried to resuscitate her so many times and she was just able to just sit up afterwards, that didn't make any sense to me. But I figured, I'm an overthinker. But but okay, yeah, I saw that. I didn't have a problem with that because I know that people like if your loved one is in the hospital and they die, people they'll hug you, they'll kiss you, things like that, even though you've passed on. So I didn't
Sure.
think it would. I didn't think it was weird that he put the baby on her to kind of just eh, I think it was weird that the baby was like the position the baby was in, it was just a little strange. I didn't understand why he didn't continue holding the baby because, to our knowledge, the baby is a newborn baby. It was just a weird thing to do. But as far as like even allowing the baby to go to her body and all of that, that I didn't find weird because I figured if they weren't superheroes and it was just she was like in a hospital bed or maybe even at home, like people still show their loved ones affection, and I can't imagine what it would be like if you have a baby and their mom passed and they're just there trying to reach out for their mom. I could see you letting them touch her or whatever as long as they're not doing any harm or anything like that. So that actually didn't bother me so much. It was the way the baby was on her that was weird because I was like, that's not realistic.
Babies don't go on dead bodies.
I understand. I understand. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just feel like people do weird things in those moments. But I just didn't understand the baby getting on all fours on her. It just didn't make sense to me. I was just like, okay, a little strange.
And those extra credit scenes were a waste of time. I did not need to sit in the theater for her to get up and switch books and come back to Doctor Doom hunched over next to the baby. That
Yeah.
shit was a waste of time. Honestly, y'all could have skipped that. And then making us sit there for a second scene to show us a cartoon introduction to a cartoon that doesn't exist, that only exists in that universe. Yo, kiss my ass, Marvel. Straight up. Also, let's get to the real problem I have with Marvel and not this film. Because this film was not terrible. But
No, it was.
Marvel is smacking us in the face, and I'm tired of taking it. I am not going to theaters to see Doomsday. It better be the best trailer I've ever seen in life, or I won't be there. And here's why. They told us that Deadpool would explain how and why mutants came to the 616 universe. It did not. It did not. No major character from the film died. And no, Chris Evans' Johnny Storm does not count for those who are going to say, but Johnny Storm died. Fuck you. No major character from the film died. And Deadpool said to the TVA, hey, can you just like find a home for my friends? That'd be nice. They said, okay, cool. At the end, which made me think, oh, they sent them to the 616 universe. But no, they didn't. Because at the end of the movie, they're all at Deadpool's house eating pizza. So no, you did not explain to us what the fuck is coming next. That's a lie. No, you did not bring the mutants to the 616 universe. That was a lie. That's two things in one film. Let's move on. I'm not going to say anything bad about Captain America because they didn't make big promises and they kept most of the promises they did make. No problem. So that one, y'all get a check. But then we go to Thunderbolts, the mental health Avengers. That movie was supposed to bring this group of people together and introduce a super powerful villain. The super powerful villain got defeated by himself. The nigga had mental health problems. Y'all made us sit there and watch them fight furniture. No, unacceptable. Nothing really happened in that movie. In fact, I still want to know where the fuck is everybody else who y'all keep telling us is in New York? Because Spider-Man didn't make an appearance. Nobody from the New York area made an appearance while this person was tearing apart 42nd Street. Okay, fine. Let's let that go. Let's be nice. But the movie didn't accomplish shit except bringing this group of misfits together. Misfits who don't nobody give a fuck about. Nobody give a fuck about these characters. Okay, then you made them the new Avengers. What the fuck is that? It's trash. And you knew it was trash because you said it at the end credit scene. Oh yeah, Sam is mad. You're supposed to talk to Sam. No, yeah, I spoke to him. It didn't go well. He's not happy that we're calling ourselves the new Avengers. And then you get the spaceship of the Fantastic Four flying in. Okay, so this movie did nothing except tell us Fantastic Four is coming, which we already know that they're coming because Marvel told us, hey, July 25th, they're coming. Marvel also told us, not me, Marvel also said this team will be an important and pivotal piece of everything moving forward, including the restart of Marvel. So, okay, great. Then you give us Fantastic Four. What did they say they're going to do in Fantastic Four? They're going to teach us about Fantastic Four. Check. They did that. They're going to introduce Doctor Doom. No, the fuck you didn't. We don't know shit. We just saw a cowl and the shit went off. And they said, once again, which they keep saying in all these movies, it's going to bring us to, is going to push things forward to Doctor Doom's movie. Avengers Doomsday. This did not do shit for Doomsday. What did this do for Doomsday? Nothing. Marvel continues, Kevin Feige, who's saying these things in interviews, in press releases, Kevin Feige continues to deliver us empty promises. I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm not doing it. We don't know what happened to Kang still. Still, the great Kang and the sacred timeline, we don't know what the fuck is going on with either one. That's number one. Number two, we don't know shit about this big bad Doctor Doom except that Robert Downey Jr. is playing him. No, Marvel, enough. Enough. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me for real. But a third time, nigga, no, that's it. That's it. No. That's it. Listen, I am done. I'm good. Not because the movie sucked. Again, the movie did not suck. But they continue to say these things and not deliver. You can't do that. You can't do that. Sorry. You can't keep saying we're going to do this and then don't do this. I'm good. That's my frustration with Marvel.
I understand. Valid frustrations, honestly. I think they're having I don't know if it's a hard time, but they're, for whatever reason, they've slowed down on the way they weave things together. I don't know if it's just that, I don't know if there's fatigue there because they had it all mapped out and now things have changed and things have, things have restructured. So I don't know if it's that they're now having a challenging time weaving it back together, but I think that's also frustrating for me as someone who started watching late too. So I'm seeing what happened and I'm still kind of catching on to certain things and how one thing connects to the other, and I think that it's challenging for me cuz I feel like for a while, I shouldn't say for a while, but there's certain moments, there's certain movies that they've released, and even shows, that I'm a little confused what one has to do with the other.
Right.
So I feel like up until a certain point, it was actually really easy to understand. Okay, this is connected to this, and this is related to this, and oh, like, okay, they mentioned like the space and time continuum here, or they mentioned like this universe over there, or somehow we realize that Wanda ends up in the same place as Doctor Strange. Like stuff like that, to me, it is helpful to me to just understand, because it weaves it all together. It's like they stopped weaving it all together, and now they do these, like, the end credit scenes are just like, that's what they're using
Nothing.
that for, but they're not really doing anything with them. And and again, that's why I said earlier, I get that it's not meant to be serious, right? Like, there's a certain element to Marvel where it's supposed to be light and it's supposed to be fun, and I think that's totally fine. But I also just feel like they kind of, I don't know, it's like they're losing the, I don't know, that thing that the earlier films had. It just, it's just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's, again, that they're having a hard time weaving things back together at this point. Um but it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange. I was frustrated with the, what is it, mid credit and then end credit. I was frustrated with the end credit scene, because I was just like, you know how long we sit there waiting for that last one? You sit there for a long time, and then it's not. I think the cool thing about all of this, that kind of has gotten me excited as a newcomer, is that the little Easter eggs and the little things that are done to kind of get people excited about what's coming next, or like, again, weaving a couple of the storylines together and whatever. And I just, somebody got up afterwards. There weren't a lot of people in the theater that I was at, but somebody got up after the end credits, and it was like, we could have left. This was a waste of time.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and I was like,
Especially because. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, I was like, yeah, you might be right, because I had somewhere to go after the movie, and I was just like, I really probably didn't need to stay for this. But
Right. Even the mid-credit scene 4 years later.
and nothing, you tell
Come
us
on, man.
nothing about
4 years
anything
later.
that happened 4 years later, other than the fact that the baby is older. Because the baby by
As soon
now
as
is
the
usually
words four
about
years
his
later
size.
came up, I sucked my teeth mad hard.
Yeah,
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I knew some bullshit was coming. Four
yeah,
years later, I was like, oh, it's about to be bullshit.
yeah. Because nothing has happened between the time Galactus went
Yeah,
into this
nothing.
part of the
Nothing.
world, or the universe, and this. Like, what is Doctor Doom doing there?
Trash. That was trash.
How did
That
Doctor
was
Doom
garbage.
come to
And the
find
other
the
thing is,
baby?
right. And the other thing is, and this is the last thing I say, because at this point we gotta wrap the show. But the last thing I'll say is, what I don't think they realize is they are making it really, really, really hard for Doomsday to be successful. And I'll say why I say that, because I know people could be like, what? You're crazy? I'm crazy. Fine, no problem. But at this point, Doomsday has to fill so many gaps that this is gonna have to be the best movie they might have ever put together in all of Marvel history. Because you have to explain to us, where is Kang? What happened to the Council of Kangs? Where the fuck is this Doctor Doom from? What the fuck is going on? Why'd he take the baby? Which some of those things we know already, but the moviegoers don't, right? And then, why the fuck is Fantastic Four crash landing on 616 Earth? Yo, look at all the shit that this has to do, and the
Yeah,
movie hasn't even come out yet. And then And then don't forget, you also got to start collapsing these worlds on each other, because Secret Wars is supposed to be one planet with everybody who survived on it, because this nigga's destroying the multiverse. That's the story, right? And so he's destroyed, and he got to destroy the multiverse. Yo, Doomsday got to be the best film Marvel has ever put together, and not because I think that, because that's how much shit they have put on this film.
Yeah.
This film has to do so much. It's gonna have to be 7 hours.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating, but like, how do y'all want niggas to do that in 2 hours and 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll catch it on Disney Plus. I'm cool. I'll be watching it on Disney Plus in 2027.
I understand. I understand. Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We see you tomorrow.